Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
He's like the best of the best. Hello.
Hey! Welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I'm your host, Shae Zombie, and I am here with the insanely talented Pink Bunny Fragaboom. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday. I got it verified. I asked Matt Yackey. Matt Yackey's back there. I asked Matt Yackey. I said, is today Saturday? I didn't know what day it was. I got that quarantine brain going on. Can't believe it's June. It's already we're almost halfway through June. That's nuts to me as well.
Oh, so I'm currently going in one day every other week, and I legit went in thinking it had been 2 weeks and ran into my boss, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I went, "It's not my week, is it?" And she goes, "Last week was." And I went, "Oh shit."
Were you there? But you weren't there last week?
No, I was there last week too. It just felt like 2 weeks had passed, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home and go back to bed then.
Yeah.
And we also have the amazingly talented Will. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, man. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me, as usual.
Yes, absolutely. And we are here to talk all things Black Flag, if you couldn't tell by the gigantic Black Flag. So,
money.
Right? Okay, so you and the giant pink bunny. Exactly. When is it that you don't have to wear this anymore?
Hopefully
17 days?
No, we have less than 17 days.
11.
We have what is today? The 12th, 13th?
It's the 13th.
Okay, so yeah, we have 11 and a half days until the end. And if we don't hit the 200,000 stretch goal, I have to wear it until we fulfill, which will make me draw even faster and harder. But here's the thing: a lot of people have already said to me, I have to keep it. But I also did say that when we're done, somebody's going to get this. We're also about 1,000 away from the 150K stretch goal, where I'm going to bedazzle the edge of the hood and possibly the ears. So it gets a little extra Elvis-y, Las Vegas rabbit. I don't know.
Lady Gaga.
Or Lady Gaga, I guess, or Goo Goo Gaga, or Kaja Goo Goo. I don't know.
So wait, if you do that, are you going to get a pair of like the aviator glasses that you're going to have rhinestones all around too to match?
Maybe, as I shake my head. Maybe.
So what
I tell my kids? Yeah, totally. Shake.
So what I'm hearing is when I send you your geisha and sniper hand turkeys, and
those are going on the wall. Those are going right back there. I told you that.
I have a giant thing of rhinestones that's just sitting over here because I'm a crafter and a cosplayer. So why wouldn't I? So I'm sending you a pair of bedazzled aviators. Is what's happening.
Okay, I'll wear those. Just remember, whatever the aviators are, make sure they're for big, giant-headed folk. I have a very large dome.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
I more or less got you. We'll see what happens. You wear it once and then be like, I'm never doing this again. Shit,
right.
It's terrible.
Yeah, Will's seen my head in person many times. He always wonders, how do I keep my balance? Am I gonna headbutt someone to China, like straight through the earth?
It's like Bonk's Adventure, even though it's way from the 90s.
Yeah.
I feel your pain every time I go and get a new cosplay wig and I put it on. I was like, who the fuck did they make this for? Like, this is for small little Asian heads. I'm Scandinavian.
Children. Okay, so you get it.
I get it.
You get
the amount of times I've been streaming and then been like, we need to end this stream early because I have a migraine. I was like, my head is being squeezed like toothpaste.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, this one isn't
really horrible.
The only bad thing about this cosplay is these are actual bullets, so it's a little heavy.
Yeah, you're wearing about 2.5, 3 pounds right there.
Yeah, just over one shoulder. It's not that bad, but it's just after an hour or two, it'll probably.
Yeah, you gotta alternate, otherwise you'll get like that, like cool vein. Sorry, this side's all buff from holding all the shells.
Right, like this is where all of my heat was.
Yeah. So yeah, you wanna swap them. Will, tell us about California, or not California, the West Coast. You're not in California.
I left, man. I ran away.
I know. Tell us about the West Coast. The light in your room is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, because we're in a farm country here where no one's burning anything down and life is normal. Nobody wears masks and everybody kind of laughs about it. But then you go downtown and everyone's in hell and breaking things and talking about the end of the world and trying to create free zones and with warlords.
What's a free zone?
It's what they got in Seattle. They have a 6-block autonomous zone where they took this SoundCloud rapper and they made him a warlord.
How?
He just proclaimed himself warlord with his Jordans and everything.
With a 6-block radius. And what happens when you enter his territory?
There's self-policing going on. They're beating you up, and he's got a menagerie of women that I guess he's imitating something from another continent. So
it sounds like something out of RoboCop, dude.
Yeah, except there is no Ed 209.
Hold on, what was that one about a live stream?
Eric Vader said he got put on mute on one of your live streams, and he's pretty sure it was a mistake.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I don't recall that at all. That's a trip. All right.
Well, so if the next time you stream, if he's still on mute, because your admin, your mod should be able to help do that too. I can always look into it with you.
Eric Vader did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Vader did nothing wrong. Yeah.
It says, "Can you take me off mute on your channel?" Eric Vader. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll have to look into that. That might have been an admin thing, and we don't mute, we don't censor words, we don't ban anything. That's got to be a mistake. I'll take a look. I'll go into YouTube Studio and see if there's something happening there.
Yeah.
No problem, man. Not a problem. In fact, I'll do that right now. That's weird.
Yeah, sometimes I've had things like that happen with some people on my channel.
Where would I find that? I know it would be in YouTube Studio because that's like where all the under the hood stuff is.
You have to have responsibility for the ban hammer.
I don't ban anybody though. That's the thing.
That ban hammer, man, it's a powerful thing to have. Wield it with care.
Is it under settings?
That's what I'm trying to check. That would be managing permissions. Nope, that's not it. That is crazy. Worst case scenario, I'll check it down and help you out.
Oh, I found it. It's under community. Oh, there's like 6 people in here. I don't know. That's weird. I'm unmuting them all. That's weird.
All right, Nixon, with your enemies list.
There we go. Done and did, my man. Fit.
All done. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what we are actually here for is the absolute bust out hit that you had, Black Flag. And for anyone who's been living under a rock or, recently got released from like Guantanamo or something, doesn't know what this is, how about you just go ahead and give us a little bit of a pitch as to what Black Flag is?
Black Flag is, well, there you go. You have it. Black Flag is an eclectic blend of heroes coming together to protect the Earth one world at a time. The team is composed of a paramilitary soldier that's much like Captain America, had his country betrayed him. He's a man with no country, a patriot with no country. We've got a very powerful female lead in Geisha. Geisha is essentially Tony Stark. She inherited the Emoto Tech fortune. Emoto Tech makes weapons and toys. We've also got Gorilla. He's our big military engineered weapon of mass destruction that escaped before they could turn him into basically a machine. So he has super learning. The angrier he gets, the bigger he gets, the more savage he gets. We have a morphing alien who's a refugee that's being protected by Emoto Corp. And we have Raiden, who is essentially our Doctor Strange type character. And when I say protecting the Earth, world above, world below and the world we know. The world above is cosmic threats, aliens, things from other cosmic dimensions. What up, Vinny Art? When I say the world we know, I'm talking about ninjas, street crime, guys like Doja Yama-clan that are like the kingpin, that are out there doing corporate espionage as well as street crime. And then the world below is the devil, all of the demons of the underworld, plus all of the spiritual battles that people fight that are in other dimensions. So this particular book finds our heroes. Just think of them as the Avengers, if the Avengers were fucked up. Kind of like Doom Patrol meets the Avengers.
If they were still cool.
Yeah.
Still cool, just a little bit messed up in the head.
Our story starts off with the city that we're in. We have a city called Dagger City, which for all intents and purposes is like a metropolis or a Gotham City. Mm-hmm. And there's a sinkhole. And this sinkhole, they don't know what's going on. So they start sending municipal drones in there to see what's going on. But those things keep disappearing, and their signal keeps dissipating. And there's a news. We start out the book off with a news report, and we have someone from the what do you call that, Will? See, that's why you're the writer. The bureaucrat, the Capitol Hill person.
Yeah, the city engineer is what we have in the
story. So we have like the politician going, oh, everything's fine. This is, the city is built on old blah, blah, blah. And, things are fine. And then we cut to the person that's actually there. And he's like, we've sent our drones in. We can't find the source of the problem. Then we cut to this sort of religious zealot person going, it's the end of the world. And he's like basically proclaiming it's the world. We then to a very sexy news reporter lady. Think of, the Telemundo weather girl with a nice blue mini skirt on. She walks through the history of Dagger City. We find out that it used to be a pirate haven, and it was built there because there were metaphysical properties and things like that. And as she's going through the history of Dagger City, her signal is interrupted by someone who's there on the ground saying, sorry to interrupt your history of Dagger City, but the military has arrived. Like, why? Why has the military arrived? This is what do you call that again? See, that's where I'm not a writer. It's a civil engineer problem. This is for tractors and construction workers. This isn't for the military. Mm-hmm. And as she's on air or he's on air, the military says, you need to get your vans, your people, get them out of there. And she's like, tell us why you're here. Tell us your presence. Suddenly we see her body get eviscerated, ripped apart. And then we see the news camera fall. We see sort of a bit of what's going on in a very hard to read way. Military fighting. They're in these tech suits called Landstorms from the original series. Mm-hmm. And you guys can get the original series. If you go to the campaign and scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a PDF that will tell you about all the stuff that has happened before. You guys can download that for free. So that it's total melee. Screen goes black. We get into a bit of Sniper's Head, kind of like mm-hmm. how you're dressed right now, and he goes in about how Black Flag is there to prevent this sort of thing, that the people were warned, this is bigger than them, this could have been taken care of, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. We see that they're in Big Black Betty, which is their aircraft carrier. They have a bit of a meetup. They jump out, which you see right here. If you scroll up, the first double pager is them jumping. That one there, that's them jumping out into the fold. We're going to get a bit of introduction through action of each of who these characters are. So you don't have to have read issues 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get who these people are. We're going to do a little bit of action vignettes. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get to this next double pager, which is right below, as they enter the fray, and we see this monster that's coming out of this hole for the first time, and we go into full-on battle mode. And that's all I'm going to say.
And by the way, guys, that's like the first. What he just described to you is like the first 5 pages.
It's the first like 9 pages.
Yeah, but it's like that's a lot in 9 pages.
Yeah,
that is an awful lot. And I gotta say, one of my favorites. This is Bubble, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so she obviously is probably one of the cutest characters that you have. Because she's younger girl, she's, you know, cute little, like, I make these, like, bubble things and everything. And if you look at her, like, she's got one of the most intense faces out of all of them jumping out of here. Like, she's like, I'm gonna fuck some shit up today.
She's 9.
I love it. But she's like a 9-year-old that is going to wreck your world. Like, don't mess with her. She's on a mission.
She has the confidence. She has confidence built up. She understands what her job is. But also, imagine if you knew that you could enter any situation and not hurt, how confident you would feel.
That's true.
You'd be more sort of excited and intent on the action.
Yeah.
You know?
Very true. Paul wants to know where you can get my beret.
Didn't you make it?
I did. And that's what I was talking to you about. We'll talk again after this.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. There you go. Unhinged wants to know how many pages are illustrated and can we see them right now?
No.
How about now?
No.
Well, that one that's on the page. That's the one you can see.
It's like, there you go. This
right here. That's 4 pages right there, pretty much.
I mean, and they're freaking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I love this. I love where you have the old school, the back with you and McFarlane, and then you have everything busted out, like reborn kind of thing. It's super.
We're dropping all kinds of crumbs throughout this entire series. The only sort of spoiler I've been giving anybody is that this is got twists and turns like a Twizzler. You know, there are so many times that we have in store that is gonna be a paradigm shift after paradigm shift. This is just the beginning,
right?
And that's why, like, I can't show more than this because we don't want spoilers. And what's going to end up happening is once the campaign's over, we'll do updates with some new artwork, new pencils, new inks, new colors. But I have to be very selective as to what I show.
Right.
Because, you know, you don't go, and if anybody's never seen Empire Strikes Back, I'm sorry, you know. And George Lucas's second presentation of the Star Wars movie, we have Luke Skywalker, pew 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 pew, ice planet, pew 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 pew, you know, swamp planet, bam, bam, oh yeah, Darth Vader's his father, dun, 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 dun. You wouldn't do that,
right?
You know. So there's stuff I can't show.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Although
Will's wearing his Invisicloak.
Unhinged says you can tell us we can keep secrets.
Okay. I'll tell you right now, Black Flag is a comic book.
Oh,
a bloody good one.
Hold on, wait. That was an exclusive. I needed to change my banner.
Yeah.
It's a comic book, everyone.
Black Flag is a comic book.
That's perfect. Oh my goodness. All right, we had another comment that I was looking at. So Chaotic Neutral says the spot can pull things out of other places. What if something from one of those places pulled back? Can't wait for your book.
I alluded to that in
number two
when he was playing Mortal Dragon, this video game, and he doesn't know he had in number 2. He doesn't know he has the power. And a throwing star comes out of his TV set and sticks in the wall. So there are distinct possibilities.
Okay.
Distinct possibilities. What would happen is things would come out. Those things would be a threat.
Yeah, I like the idea of when you have like these parallel worlds and it's somebody's reaching out and you always see where somebody reaches through and uses something from some other dimension that maybe they don't fully understand. and here's what I'm doing with it. And it's like you realize that if you can do that, that the other side should be able to as well. Which
Or
means at some point,
someone on the other side can.
Right. And it's like
There's
so
someone
at
special
some point,
just like you.
some point someone's gonna find you, and it's probably not gonna be as good from the other side, the other perspective of it.
Yeah.
All right. So you have some pretty bomb ass fucking tiers that I want to make sure we go over.
There's some fun tiers. They're easy to get in on the $25 tier, where you get to pick whatever comic cover you want. If you want the color one with the wonderful Matt Yackee colors, you can go for the black and white cover. You can go for both, or you can mix and match. We also have a full facsimile of the original ash can that was presented in 1994's San Diego Comic-Con. There's going to be a little bit of some changes. We got to take the image eye off, and strip out some of the other branded stuff that doesn't belong to us. But that's the featured tier there. Also, some head sketches that you can get. You can also buy a 4-pack. You can buy just the add-ons. So if you don't want the book, if you just want to look cool but not read the book, which is kind of cool, I guess. I feel like it's mostly to save $20. You can buy everything right there.
I feel like you should have called this the poser tier. Like if you don't want the book, but you just want to seem like you're really into Black Flag.
or if you want to buy that and get the book as an add-on, you can save $20. It's a little secretive way of getting everything, being all in.
I wonder, Fraga, would Todd sign that book? You think?
I'm sure he would. Todd would be good with that.
If someone slid that in front of him.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure if the get drawn in tiers are gone. I think those are all gone.
The art's gone, right?
All the art is gone except for the cover. We're still available. And yeah, I mean, these are good tiers. And this is what I have to say regarding just anybody that wants to back on the lower level. Absolutely do it. If you want to make an investment in the future, I always have these. I was obsessed with time travels ever since I saw Somewhere in Time when I was a kid. And then I saw Back to the Future, and I became very obsessed with time travel. And one of the times I wish I could go back to was 1962 and grab some Amazing Fantasy 15 issues and just have a stack of them, because that's like my holy grail, because it's the first appearance of Spider-Man. What I feel about Comicsgate, especially now, even and especially the early stuff, like a copy of Blood Honey, like an OG, first campaign Chromium Blood Honey, is like getting a hold of a Fantastic Four #1. You want to hold on to that because it's like a new era of comics. It's a brand new era of comics, and if you can get, I mean, people went in and they scooped up the artwork because it was a good deal. But I recommend getting the comics too, because once they're gone, I'm feeling like we're gonna go in demand. But once we put up, we have plans for a Rob Willis variant. Once we put up the Rob Willis variant, this shop closes. And once this shop closes, that cover, that you're not going to be able to get that cover through Indiegogo. So I highly recommend getting it now.
See, and it's a good way to do it. There's also the fact that this is like the rebirth. This is the very first,
right?
And for you to be in on Fraga's first Indiegogo, the first time that Black Flag is coming back and everything with this crew and these people, that's a pretty monumental thing. Obviously, you're already at 149, and that's coming from.
You're gonna have to refresh it. It went down.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
it went down.
Dude, people just don't want us to get that.
Yeah,
0.5 book, man.
See that,
man? Y'all gonna make me back again. I already.
Yeah, it went down. It's been a weird thing ever since the crazy drama outside of the world. Like we had COVID, but ever since the crazy drama outside the world, people have been a little more cautious with their cash, which is completely understandable. And that's why I'm saying this is actually a good move, because I see it as an investment. Not just because I drew it, but like literally, I'm gonna print some extra ones and hold on to them for myself.
Of course,
because I want to have like an archive of good stuff.
The indie stuff tends to hold its value, even like Cerebus, like the Ninja Turtles, the Crow, all that stuff is still worth a lot of money.
Well, okay, so a really great example of this, and something that people don't necessarily think about, the Rags team, when they went off and they did their thing, they hired SE Tonks to do one variant cover. So he actually just did a pinup for him. They ended up making it a variant cover, and they only offered it for a limited time. And it was like a real specific way that you had to get it. So I kept telling him, make sure that you get a copy of one of those for yourself. Like, you should own one. It was your art. He didn't for the longest time. And then when we finally went to try and find one, I went on eBay. And do you know that out of all of the covers from someone who nobody has ever heard of, that cover was like 8 times what all the rest of the Rags covers were selling for.
Yeah. No, it's great. I've been trying to buy back old Black Flag issues just so I have them. And like, it's been a double-edged sword. On one hand, I'm like so happy that this book was 99 cents, 6 months ago is now $29. Like, I'm happy about that. Because it's good. It's a great, like, I'm glad people's investments are paying off. But like, for me, I'm like, God damn it, I should have. But then it would have been insider trading, it would have been one of those.
I think we got about 4 copies of the preview edition over here. So, and for some reason, I have a bunch of the Stephen Platt covers. I have like 5 of those.
Nice.
You do? I don't have any of them.
Well, then I'll give you one.
I don't even own one. That's the thing. The Platt number 2 is probably the hardest one to get. Yeah, the Platt number. I don't have a Platt 2.
So I'm very, very close to going to my local comic book store called Fudd's Rabbit Hole, because why wouldn't it be called Fudd's Rabbit Hole? And I've talked to Fudd many times, and he's been hurting because of everything being shut down. He's selling all of his back issues of everything for like 50 cents.
And they took his gun, didn't they?
His first name isn't Elmer.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go. I want to go Black Flag hunting and see if I can find anything.
I mean, Fraga, we told you this earlier, but since we're talking back issues, I got to show a classic that I got in the mail. And I don't know if you guys in the chat know this one, but this is a good one to have.
It is. It collects all the Marvel Comics Presents.
The only thing I don't like about this one, Dan, is it doesn't have the covers in the back. Like, just kind of
and I don't want to hurt your feelings or nothing, but the reproduction on it is not as good as the original series. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of glossy. They get, but it's Sam Keith, and guys, if you haven't treated yourself to Sam Keith, like that kind of work on the panel, like that kind of Max kind of work. You know what I'm talking about? Like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. This is a great one to have if you guys just.
One of my major influences for sure. All the tears and twists and phone cord rips. That's where I got them.
Yeah.
Same with me, Luke. That's where I first discovered Sam Keith. Was that little run he did, the iconic Wolverine cover with the white background where he's kind of coming out like that. You know what I'm talking about? He's got 1 foot forward.
Yeah.
What's up, Paul? What's up, Zaid? How are you, fellas?
Yeah, we got a lot of people hanging out in here.
Oh, Death Metal Luke's up in the house.
Yeah, see, that was his first exposure to it too.
So I don't know if you saw what I put up there, but you have one of our guys unhinged backed you again because he didn't want it to go down, so he backed again to get cars and extra liner cover.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man.
So we're getting there.
That is very nice of you. Very, very helpful because I want to get to that 150. If anything, even if the campaign ended at 150, I really, really, really want to get that Zero issue out to people.
Absolutely.
It's not only great for me to be able to supplement the material for the characters, get more information out about the characters, but it's also a way for readers to get introduced to new talent, get to catch up with old talent, also see some of the fan art we've got on the Couch Doodles page on Facebook is out of this world. Like, I'm hoping that'll happen. Yep, first appearance of Black Flag.
So
right
that ash can is this reprinted, I think, right, Dan?
No,
It's not.
it is not.
It's not the Zero.
No, it's the preview edition.
Oh, okay. I thought it was this story that's in Zero.
No, that's the cover. That's the cover of it. But no.
Okay, I've been under false assumptions then. I thought it was
because we didn't have a cover when I did the ash can. We didn't have the Todd cover, so we used that as the cover.
And this is the Stephen Platt cover we were talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy. You have that, man.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah.
There.
He looks like he's like posing almost like for a bodybuilding competition.
He is. He's flexing on all the bad guys.
Yeah.
He says, "Look at look at the way I flex on you." And then also he's carrying that guy.
And that's the standard cover.
That's the standard one. Very much based on a Frank Frazetta.
I love that.
Very much based on a Frank.
I have it
Frazetta
signed by Fraga.
How did you get that signature, man?
I don't know.
Have you met that guy?
Yeah. I've got this one. I mean, you even signed this one. It's right here.
Yeah. Well, I inked that cover. I inked that.
I should have bothered Platt and gone to his office and say, "Excuse me, can you sign this?" I bothered him about everything else.
That'll be a rare thing, man.
No kidding.
He even signed this one, even though he doesn't have anything in it. He signed it.
That's because you were a very nice man working at Extreme. Did he ever tell you about his background working at Extreme Studios?
Did I, Shae?
I don't think so.
I mean, just to kind of reiterate, this is where I got this one. This was signed by the entire crew at Extreme during that time.
That's probably the most decorated tour book of all time.
There's Dan's little doodle, and then there's Logan's. Logan did that one.
Oh, we got a little bear. That's awesome.
Dude, that's insane. That's crazy. Holy shit.
Let's look at Dan.
So I met Will at a comic convention. He was signing comics behind I was signing comics behind the table. How old were you, Will? You said you were 12, right?
Yep. There's Dan's mean mug.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I never understood the mean mugging thing from Dan because he's like the sweetest dude in the world. But
because in the 90s, if you were a rap fan, there was no such thing as a rapper that was like, you know what I'm saying? A rapper was like this.
Yeah, they had to look kind of mad.
Yeah, so I thought like, oh, this is, you know.
See, that's like that's the Hebrew Israelite mugshot. You're the Happy Hotep. You know,
Happy Hotep.
I mean, if you're going to be a pro-black, you'd be a Happy Hotep, not a Hebrew Israelite. That's a Hebrew Israelite pose. You know.
See, you know, all this is why you are making the book make sense. This is why, because I don't know any of what you're talking about.
Oh,
I know the MC Hammer. That's right, but he had some tacos to sell, and unhinged. Exactly, smiling in photos. Like I never liked my smile, even when I was a little kid. I always thought I looked like a hamster or something. I don't know. Like I didn't like my smile.
I don't know if I do. I just go,
oh, your smile's a good smile.
Well, I shaved just for you, Shae.
Well, you know, my nickname for him. My nickname is Serpico because you look like Al Pacino in Serpico.
The chat sometimes says John Wick when I got the hair down.
I know.
I can see that too.
Yeah, he was on my stream. They're like, "Who's this John Wick dude?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." It's crazy because, like I said, I've known him since he was 12.
Right.
You know?
I got to get the tuxedo with the neck, choker thing.
I was gonna say, I think the first time that he was on Writing Pros, everybody was like, "Who's this Willie Nelson dude?" And I was like, "Wow, okay."
Well, hey Shae, I gotta say, at the beginning of the show, you had a good slick diss. You're like, "Oh, that's Dan, the nicest guy in the world, and that's serious." And Will, he's a writer. I'm the opposite of that, right? Like, what a dick.
Nah, there's balance. It's balance.
Like you're a necessary ass, but you are an ass. There's a reason. So Dan, I don't know if you know this. I've sent some of my writing to a couple different people. There's a reason Will hasn't seen it yet. Is because I don't know that I'm emotionally ready to take Will's feedback.
Listen, I've dedicated my life to abusing Shae whenever I can.
The only reason he's kind to me and doesn't say when we're having our story sessions, "That's the stupidest shit I ever heard," it's because I've known him since he was 12. That's the only reason. I have that quarter. That's the only quarter I have.
No, usually Dan's response is, "You're overthinking it." Stop overthinking it.
Yeah. This is comics, man. I go, "This is comics, man."
Oh my gosh. So we had a question way back when. Let's see if I can find it from Luke. Where was it? Oh, Luke, I'm gonna make you post it again if I don't find it in a second. Oh, here we go. Are you guys gonna be using narrative boxes in the panel like the OG series did?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that yet.
Yeah, we will. We will. We will, and we won't, and we will. And the reason I say that is I've been really deep diving on Frank Miller, like a lot. Yeah, we will be nice to Shae. Shae's the best.
That was just for Will. The only reason it hung up there is because Will looked down.
She's aight. All right, she's aight.
Yeah. So I don't even remember where we were going. Man.
Oh, you're saying Frank Miller.
Oh yeah, Frank Miller. So I've been doing a deep dive on Frank Miller, reading interviews going all the way back to 1979, and just tracking his career and seeing how he does things. Because one of the places that and it was kind of new for its time, that someone did a comic where there were no narrations, no captions, and no thought balloons, only action and speech, was Ronin. But he did a bit of a testing ground on Bizarre Adventures. I think it was Bizarre Adventures, where it was an Electra story where he tried the same thing. There's Ronin. Oh yeah.
I know we got some young people in the chat, so they might not know these books.
So in Bizarre Adventures, he had done it for the first time. It was sort of his experiment ground. So obviously, thematically, you can do that. But for my 2 cents, I think it needs to have a purpose. Like for example, if you very much wanted people to know and feel like a sense of nostalgia, like they were in reading a comic book, who did that heavily? Stan Lee. Stan Lee did Reminder. Ed Leeds. They would do it in speech too. Hey, I'm Ned Leeds, the lead reporter for the Daily Bugle. No one introduces themselves like that. You know what I'm saying? But they do that to catch you up. If you really wanted people, if you wanted it to feel like that and you wanted to catch people up, it's a flavor. It's like a sense of music. I listen to all kinds of music, and my playlists are composed of metal, classical, rap, R&B, a pinch of country, not a lot, but each of them affects me differently. And as a storyteller over the past 30 years, I'm willing to use any tool available to me to make a feeling happen with the audience. So if I wanted people to feel very much like they were in an intense comic book action scene, I would fill it with thought balloons and captions. But if I wanted someone, let's say, for the sake of example, I wanted someone in a psychological thriller where in those you don't know what people are thinking, and that's part of the suspense of it, I would take those right out. So for me, it outside of a gimmick of not doing it, I would very much employ the use or lack of use depending on what you were going for as the end result.
Hey, Shae, I want to see how savvy your chat is. If you all could look at this, where have you seen that before?
I can
See how
tell you.
good, how savvy the chat is.
I can tell you.
Shut up, Dan. Where have you seen this in another very popular comic from a very popular artist? Anybody?
Well, I know Bruce Willis did it in Die Hard 4 where he shot himself to get the bad guy.
Uh-huh.
I know that happened.
But what? I just want to know because
I can tell you, Will. Can I? I'm like that kid in the back of the class. Hey.
I mean, I'm sure Luke knows. I mean, if he's in there.
Come on, man. You know.
Oh, I don't see anyone in the chat throwing it out.
Luke Thomas. I know you're feeling strong. Just say it. You know how long it took me to get that Arthur's theme out of my head? Damn you, Luke Thomas.
By the way, I don't.
We got it.
Zayd wants to go. What was the question again?
When did Shatterstar stab through himself and kill the alien behind him? Where was that?
Anyone?
Will's got it.
I'll show it again. This. Where have you all seen it? What famous book from the 90s that lifted this?
I know you feel it strongly right now. Just say it. Go on and say it.
Oh.
Does Luke see it? I'm sure Luke knows.
Yeah, Luke's answer was what?
He's like, I'm high. Nah, Luke gets drunk.
X-Force 10?
You're 10 off. You're 9 off.
X-Force number 1.
Exactly.
That's Paul. Paul got it. It just took a second. Chaotic Future goes Batman versus Bane. LOL. I don't know.
That one where we all saw it next to us, like that's badass, and then later on you buy Ronin, you're like, oh,
yeah,
it's from Ronin.
I don't think it's X-Force number 1, guys.
I could have sworn when they come through that portal and they're fighting Strife and all of his guys.
It's not X-Force number 1. I believe it's New Mutants 100.
Is it?
If I had to guess, let me go check. Let me check the tape, guys.
I checked for it was that sequence where they kind of break into Strife's lair and they're going at it with all the.
I would like to counter your X-Force 1 with a New Mutants 100.
Oh, okay. Well, we were both off, so we were 11 off, or 10 off.
Don't fuck with the bunny. Don't fuck with the bunny though.
Is it really New Mutants? I could have sworn
New Mutants 100. New Mutants 100. It's one issue behind.
Damn.
I like how Wolverine is comparing you to Anna for like Star Trek and Star Wars trivia.
She had pwned me the other night. I was on the tech show and I was like, she's like, I know it's this. I'm like, John's like, shut up. You don't get the answer. You don't get the answer.
Oh, that's hilarious. Luke says, I don't really remember that in X-Force number 1, but I smoked a lot of weed between then and now.
It happens. I wish I had more whiskey.
So we also had another question from Zayd.
Oh yeah, Mighty Phil.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Phil.
There it is.
Guy's a chatterbox.
Who are you the most excited to write in the new Black Flag, Will?
I want to know.
Well, my two favorite characters are Raiden and Geisha. Those are my two favorites. So, I mean, in terms of the 0.5 issue, I'm looking most forward to Bubble.
Okay.
Because we had a discussion about her origins, and I think it's really fun. You know, how she got her powers.
Yeah. I just think she seems like a fun character.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and it's probably because of the kid angle, like seeing a 9-year-old that's hanging with like grown-ass adults and it's like, yeah, I just fuck shit up. Don't worry about me.
And have you taken a look, Shae, at the PDF for the back issues at all?
Like during stream?
No, in general, have you taken a look?
I haven't yet. No, I have it on my list of 5,000 other other things that I need to read. That is one of them before I get this comic in my hand.
Because then you can see that in the beginning, in the preview edition, there's a lot of fun kind of Time Bandits type stuff going on with Bubble and Spot and, Hellfire. It allows us to go in all those different directions when we have those different demographics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of all the characters, the one that intrigues me 100% the most is Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all. And I won't even say Raiden's my favorite character. He's the one that I think about the most.
Yep.
So, I obviously am impartial to. I'm very partial to Geisha, but that's just because she's super hot, and
you pulled her off like perfect.
Like I was so down to be Geisha that hot pink line that went through my eye. I had that. I rocked that for an extra 3 days because it stained my skin.
With Raiden, we can have a lot of Jodorowsky conversations. A lot of holy
Matt brought some. How do you say it? You say Jodorowsky. I call him Jodorowsky.
I just call him Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Okay, yeah. Matt brought some. Was that the Borgias?
Oh, his book.
Yeah, Matt brought it over today. It was Jodorowsky or Jodorowsky, however you say it. You say it so cool, Jodorowsky.
Oh, he's from Chile. He's from the guys next door who hate my mother's country. Chileans don't like Argentinians.
Oh, yo, man, I love you guys.
Skit seemed awesome.
I love them. Yeah, do you see it? Do you see what he's got? Now you're showing Bob Kane off, dude. You're showing off Bob Kane. A shitty Bob Kane who was tracing Todd McFarlane. There you go, Borgia.
And then I'm sure Yaki's seen the Meta Barons.
Have you seen Meta Barons?
I've never read it, but I've seen it. I'm familiar with it.
He's familiar with it. He says
my top. This is on my top 5 like desert island books.
Yeah, dude, I've got it right here. I got it because of you.
Honestly, this is my probably number 1.
Yeah, and you know who really loves Meta Barons as much as you is Sim. If you ever see Sim in a chat, man.
Oh yeah, Sim just popped in and said, "Hey, a second ago."
Yeah, Zaid says, "Wait, Matt's here. Matt Yaki in the background." They're like, "Holy shit, Matt Yaki's here!" They can't believe it. Matt Yaki's here in the person. I haven't seen him in person since before the COVID crap. Oh look, Sim. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah. See, I was saying.
In honor of you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I even have the Travis Charis one, or that's Gastaka. Sorry, the Travis Charis one. That's the weapons of the Meta Baron that he drew about 20 pages of this, I think.
Which took for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it like in the 90s and not getting it until the 2010s.
Yeah, like you could Jodorowsky probably said, "You know what, dude? It's only a weapons book. Come on, man. We need to get this out there to people." It's great art.
It's gorgeous.
See, all of this is sitting in my wish list on Amazon right now because of conversations with Will.
Yeah.
He was "You need the Meta Barons," and I'm just like, click.
You need the Jodorowsky verse in general. Not all those books.
If you're gonna watch anything, watch Holy Mountain. It'll fuck your brain up.
Or El Topo.
El Topo will fuck your brain up.
I'm down. That's
you don't need anything, man.
I mean, you and Yaki should go go borrow digitally Jodorowsky's Dune and watch it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch that. I want to see what you guys think.
This is Matt just gave me this today.
Has Matt seen it?
Matt's seen it. Yeah, Matt's seen it.
Yeah, that is.
I gotta watch it.
You're gonna love it.
I bought a Blu-ray player for my office just so I can see it because I don't get to watch stuff upstairs.
Yep. Basically that's the origin of modern design is Jodorowsky.
Yes, Don. Okay, thank you.
Modern movie design, there's so much jocked off of him without any credit attributed because it all went to Ridley Scott.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who came on top of what he built and actually got it to the screen,
Yeah.
And so he gets all the credit.
A lot. That happens a lot in media. That happens in music. It happens in comics. It happens.
Thank you, Jessica. Or Jetsabel, excuse me.
Jetsabel.
Hey, what's up, Jetsabel?
We love her. She's amazing.
She's great.
That's why I have my background, my set, in front of the computer.
Right.
where you could see the Watchmen, and there's a down there is the Super Duper Meta Barons.
Oh gosh.
You know that one they just released, the special edition.
If I change my camera to this camera, I can move the camera.
Oh,
See,
where are we
and
going? Hold on.
Meta Barons right
There
there.
it is.
Yep.
Then I got the Watchmen set right there.
Nice.
I got that one.
Do you have the Dark Knight one?
Yep, up there, right next
Yeah.
to the Watchmen, right here.
Yeah. Do you have Watching the Watchmen?
I have the art book of the movie.
Well, no, you need Watching the Watchmen because basically it's all of Dave Gibbons' commentary plus Alan Moore's script. So you need it.
Me and Dan get into a lot of shelf porn together.
We do.
I'm noticing.
We're scumbags.
I'll come into
I
his
have
office
so little.
and start perusing his shelf, going, "Oh, I need that artist edition." And there's the
Yeah.
artist editions down there. Do you know those, Shae?
No.
They're these big, giant packages that reproduce the art at full resolution, and they
Oh
cut.
my
Their books are about
gosh.
that big. You know, about as big as my frame.
It's like having a stack of the original art in your hands.
That's crazy.
I mean, just to give you an idea of what it is, here's the artist edition of Jack Davis.
EC.
It's a
Yeah.
mini table.
Okay, do you see my how big this is?
Yes. I
This is
mean, I
one of
know
my-
you're small, but still.
Thank you. Exactly. Another slick disc. You like that?
That makes you look like a child.
And then yeah, I have to do my whole wingspan. I'm like, hee, look, I got my daddy gave me a book.
Shit.
You
got my first
1,000%
comic.
look like a kindergartner holding a gigantic book. This
But look
is
how cool this is, man. I mean, this is the original art scanned at full resolution. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
having
amazing.
You can see the white out. You can see the coffee stain. The only thing you can't smell is the cigar smoke.
yeah, and I'm sure they'll stink.
Zaid Comics saying, I knew Will was small. Come on,
Yeah.
Zaid. Until you stood next to Billy Tucci, I didn't know that you were a giant, brother.
I mean, that's fair because just looking at Phil, you wouldn't expect Phil to be like, yeah, I'm like
No.
7
He looked
feet
like
tall.
he looked like one of the Jonas brothers.
My people were very good at sieges. We were Romans, you know, when people like you and like Luke were laughing at us Roman pixies, we were busy, you know, undermining your cities and, you know, sieging you and enslaving you. But
Wow.
I know we're small
I
guys.
was
Why you
saying
gotta pull
shit on
history out?
fire.
He's
I don't
like-
even.
Neat historical facts.
This is like this is. I feel like this is revisionist history at this point.
It's not, though. It's not.
You know what? If you did it to any of my ancestors, it's because my ancestors let you.
Oh, man.
They were just like, it's fine. Go ahead. You want that? You can have that. I got my village and my people and my meat.
That's what Phil said.
Because
Oh.
have you seen your women? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh.
Everyone's questioning, are there really Roman women?
Yes, Dan, I have seen Scandinavian women.
That's what
How are you?
I have seen them myself.
Uh-huh.
It's like dwarf women. It's the beards.
You know what? Both of you are in trouble now.
I know. Timeout. Corner.
It was
Dunce cap.
done. No more.
Done.
All right. Back to Black Flag.
Yeah.
Because that was the
No, that's
thing.
shelf porn.
No more shelf porn. So I haven't seen any other questions, so I'm gonna throw it out to the chat one more time. You got a couple more minutes if you got some questions. I can't with you, Dan. Like seriously,
And everybody needs to
Pilkington.
back Phil's book. Get that
Last
biz
pages.
cover.
Yeah.
Get that biz cover, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Death metal here. I'm fairly certain my northern Italian ancestors were more than capable of taking care of you short pixies.
Yeah, it took about what 500 years, but they won eventually.
And now you guys are just trying to start a fight. I agree, Luke. Oh, Unhinged asked, I'm sorry, and I did see this earlier and I forgot. Who is your letterer?
Ken Brusenak.
There you
From
go.
the guy who lettered American Flag, Punisher back in the 80s. Yeah, one of the best one of the all-time best, top 5 letter of all time.
We spare no expense at Incredible Comics.
Yeah.
Phil wants to know, are we going to see Black Rain in BFPP?
I don't know. Do you want to know what your Christmas present is in August?
It's Phil. His answer is yes.
We can say we've talked a lot about Black Rain. A lot.
You're never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
And yes, please go get yourself a copy of Lost Pages. They are one backer away from 200. I can't wait for my Net Gator mask. It's gonna be fucking badass. Super excited.
If you guys are wondering who Black Rain is, it's this bad Mama Jamma that's punching Sniper through the chest. That is Black Rain.
That is super gnarly and really gross.
That is him.
I love it. Paul Zveda wants to know, how long do you plan the Black Flag series to go?
This is a 4-issue, 48 pages times 4-issue miniseries that will. I can't give up any other things than that, Paul. It's 4 issues. It's 48. Issues. Think of it like The Dark Knight. If you ever bought The Dark Knight, think of it exactly like The Dark Knight. It's self-contained. It will take you all kinds of places, and beyond. But can't talk about beyond.
Well, we also have the ICU. So what does that tell you?
The ICU is not the intensive care unit, by the way. The ICU is Incredible Comics universe. So a lot of things planned. We don't just work on the books we're working on that you know about. We're working on 4 or 5 other books that you don't know about. So we have plans. What's the question?
Oh, which one? This one or the other one?
This one.
Unhinged is yes. In fact, that artist edition that Will was holding up, we will at the end of all of this have one that will have all of the pages, all whatever 4 times 48 is. My math is terrible. That's 160 plus 32, so 192. 192 pages plus covers plus notes and plus all that, but that won't be until the series is done. But absolutely,
standard
full size, like you had the originals in your lap.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
So Baz wants to know, you have an evil character named Black Rain during these troubled times. Are you concerned about needing a name change?
I'm not. I don't change names. Just like I know what a geisha is. I know what a geisha is. But when I came up with her, I didn't. And now that I know, I'm still not changing it. That's her name. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to kowtow to anybody. Like anybody that knows me knows that I love everyone. So if you're going to ask me to change shit to protect someone's fifis, go fuck yourself.
Also, Dan, that's a very much a 90s thing. I mean, we're obsessed with everything Japanese. So anything that we put something resembling Japanese, and we're like, that's cool. Yeah, that's a 90s thing. It's very much a 90s thing.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the thing is there's a lot of people who like to get super nitpicky and super like overly sensitive about the smallest things that are possibly in existence. Things like names that always gets me. I've had, because I do cosplay, I do face paint. I've done Dia de los Muertos, and I had somebody tell me that I was incredibly insensitive and culturally appropriating, and I had to turn around and say, Dia de los Muertos is a Christian holiday, and I am Christian. I was like, so I'm not actually doing anything like that, but okay.
And as a member of the Latino people, go fuck yourselves.
And that is what every other person, especially the Latina community, was like, go sit down, like stop talking. And it was
they make it their job, because here's the thing with the woke culture, virtue signaling is like currency. So to say, I shut down this racist person who is appropriating and da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Oh, backpack. Backpack.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing is, like, if somebody's actually being a horrible racist, by all means, call them out on it.
call out real racism.
But to get upset because somebody used I don't know if you guys saw the Crayola crayon thing that was going around.
No,
where the crayon was black and then below it said negro because that's how you say it in Spanish, and everybody was like, oh, "This is racist," and it's like,
it's not.
There's worse names in Spanish, so than that.
That is not.
You know, when they had the Dan Fraga crayon and they said it Fraga puto, I thought like that was weird.
I'm wondering what's. So Jetsabel says, "Careful with the big purple gorilla." Am I stupid or something? What am I missing there?
I don't know what that means either.
Look, if you really want to find some sort of horribly offensive meaning, you can find it in just about anything if you look hard enough.
Is that like some weird Harambe like variation?
We are not going to get into all the ways that
I don't even know what that means.
However, Phil is right. Everyone in the chat is just thinking it's hilarious and starting to just play up on everything.
Just playing.
Bring stupid. Yes. Bring stupid. Hail Harambe. This is
Hail Harambe.
Oh, being stupid. That
you know who that is, Dan? Harambe?
Wasn't that the gorilla that got shot because like somebody was being stupid?
Yeah. And for some reason it turned into like he's black and like people got offended. I don't know how that transmutated, but he suddenly became black.
This world makes me want to make more worlds. That's all I have to say. Keep going, world. Keep going, world.
I'm happy that suddenly Harambe became black overnight, and he had to be claimed.
Nah, I'm just gonna keep creating more worlds to escape into because this world fucking sucks.
And then it kind of got appropriated by other people just to make fun of the people appropriating, saying Harambe, 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 you morons.
Yeah, that whole Harambe thing got way out of control. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious.
Did you have any more questions? Any more?
I'm not seeing any more questions. Now we're just going off on ridiculous SJW tactics.
SpongeBob can't be gay. He's a sponge.
Whose sponge is gay? What?
SpongeBob.
Oh no, but he can't be gay because he's a sponge. Like he's a fucking sponge. We can't. What's gay to a sponge? They absorb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what's gay to a sponge?
Fluids all over him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So far off the rails. You guys are supposed to be the well-behaved ones. I'm not supposed to have to worry about this stream going off the rails.
I'm supposed to be well-behaved. I'm in a good mood, man. School's over. So I'm going to be yakking and not so serious.
Oh, okay.
That's Yaki back there. You said Yaki?
Yeah. I said his name and he appeared like Voldemort.
He's not Voldemort. He's Beetlejuice. Don't get it twisted, bro.
Okay, I didn't see the giant like model, horror house in the back that he's hanging around in that I gotta draw him out of.
You don't see it, but it's there.
Oh my goodness. And Jezebel, it's so far too late for that. It is so too late for the chat has gone off the hinges, so we're just gonna ignore it. And I honestly think it's probably a good time for us to wrap up, but I do want to say I absolutely love you guys. You guys are amazing. This is one of my favorite streams to have is all the Black Flag peeps because you guys are just so fucking cool and nice to talk to. And I appreciate you.
You got 3/4 of Incredible Comics on your show right now.
I know. This is insanity. One day we'll have all of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
get people on board with technology.
Make sure you guys tune in on Sundays. For the writing prose segment.
Yeah, we'll try to get all of you, and we'll just have everybody pile in Dan's house.
No, I'm not going to be there.
One day we got to do that. We got to do a barbecue stream.
I'm down.
I could do that. I love
that.
barbecues.
Would be awesome. That would be badass. So thank you everybody in the chat for coming out. You guys are stellar as awesome as always. I very much appreciate you guys. Please, let's get Black Flag up to 150. We got. I mean, I wanted.
Hey, wait a second. Now, hold on a second. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell to all, because that happens. And if you're subscribing to Red Valkyrie, which you should be, also please subscribe to the Couch Doodles channel. Please also hit that bell and flip it up. We got a lot of really fun stuff coming down the line.
And then you can follow the house party, from place to place because it's always the same people.
Bum, 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 bum.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I would so be down. Phil has his final question. Can he intern at Incredible Comics? And
Tell
he
me
says
what-
he'll get your tea.
Well, what kind of mojito can you make, my brother?
Oh,
You know what, Phil? You know what you have to do? You have to look in the letters section. You have to find the number to Incredible Comics, get Dan's extension, and call him every single day for 10 years. Then you can. That's what
Art to
I do.
bear. Art to
That's
bear.
That's a lot of work. Kiba, what are you doing?
Then you can do it.
Sorry. My
Art to
dog
bear's
is-
in the house. Big love and respect to Art to bear.
RT Bear.
Yes,
Hey,
I love Art. I'm getting him on again once he goes live with Black White, and I'm gonna try to do
Awesome.
White with all of her everything.
I can't wait to see that.
Whew.
Is this the same black and white from the 90s?
Yes.
That book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
man.
have it.
Yeah.
I have it signed.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's how we do
I'm
it. What up, Leg Kick?
I'm
I saw Leg
excited.
Kick in the chat.
Yeah, Leg Kick's awesome. Leg Kick shows up even if it's only for a moment. Leg Kick shows up every damn time.
Oh, man.
Love Leggy. Leggy's awesome.
You are older than me. You still feel the pain.
Well, I thought I had one, but I've got actually. I do have an Art T. Bear wife sketch that she drew me.
I love it.
When did he do that?
That's Art T. Bear's wife did that one for me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I was
Okay.
like, and I think I have Art did one that's like as cool, but I can't seem to find it. But that is from
I like how you have it right on hand.
because I have everything on my shelf here.
He has everything right on hand.
So there you go. Thank you, Art T. Bear, and thank your wife for that one. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, you guys make sure you go out. Back Black Flag. We are getting really close to
Definitely.
getting our 0.5 issue that we all want and deserve. Damn it.
And there's the one more. There's the Art T. Bear one I got. That's a badass sketch.
That
Oh,
is.
that is
That's
nice.
from '94 also.
Yep. Look
Holy
at that.
hell.
That's no like quickie. That's a cool one.
That
It's a
one.
great one.
That one is gorgeous. Loving it. Holy shit.
I don't know if you guys still do that at cons where they let you do that, but that was cool back in the day.
Yeah. Heck yeah. And I agree with Art. Go back the flag.
Do it. Do it now.
All right. So you guys are super amazing. Thank you everyone in the chat for coming out. Thank you so much to both Dan and Will for hanging out with me and being kind of crazy. You guys are the best. And as always, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. Very much appreciate it. We are getting so close to 1,000, and it's going to be amazing when it happens. I don't know what we're doing. We're doing something crazy. Just you guys hit me up in the chat or in on Twitter and let me know what you want. I'm down. I will drive down the second I'm allowed to leave more than 100 miles from where I'm living. I will drive down to Georgia to hang with you for 1,000 followers or 1,000 subs.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Say goodbye, Yaki.
Going. Yeah, Matt Yaki, they're saying adios to you.
Hey, goodbye.
We got barbecue chicken and homemade pea soup waiting upstairs. So you know.
Barbecue
You guys are
chicken.
ready. Good hell. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out, and we will absolutely catch you all next time. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.